Is going on, everyone's. We are here and we are back with another episode of
Is My Point Valid?
Yes, indeed. I am yours truly, Brandon D.
And I am Camille A. Stocker.
And the topic for today is going to be
Stacey Abrams on Jimmy Kimmel.
Now, we all know Stacey Abrams. Well, if you don't, you're about to find out. She is a very interesting character out of Georgia. She ran for mayor. I think she's a state representative or something like that. But she ran for mayor and lost. Blamed it on black men. Said black men ain't turned out for her. But we're gonna listen to what she says on Jimmy Kimmel. Not a bull. Oh. All right. Kimmel. And we'll let y'all know what we think. She gonna say some things. Y'all just, yeah. Let's get into it.
Our next guest is a force of nature. She's a voting rights champion, former Georgia House Minority Leader, and best-selling author. Her latest thriller, Coded Justice, comes out July 15th. Please welcome Miss Stacey Abrams. We look like we're from the same tribe.
Well, you know.
Hold on, didn't it sound like that applause just cut off abruptly?
There's the person who tells them.
And then he tell them do this here?
He tells them, hey, chill. I mean, you got what? Have you ever? And you can probably.
I know they have signnals and everything.
Watch the Wendy Williams show.
Yeah,
he would pump them up. He would pump them
but
up, and
they
then
stopped that.
Yeah, because it's the TV show.
All right.
Hey,
Yes.
I haven't done Ancestry yet, but I'm sure there's some familiarity.
I'm pretty sure there is. Thank you for being here. You've been on the show before.
They both
only
look like
through
me.
Zoom.
Yes.
Now we have you in person.
I'm graduating.
Okay. Yeah, I love it. Now you flew all the way in from Georgia, where you served 11 years in the House of Representatives.
Yes.
In what capacity was that?
So I was a state representative for 4 years, and then I decided to be in charge of the whole thing for our caucus. So I became Democratic leader in 2010, right after we lost everything, and tried to work to make Georgia a more meaningful state in terms of democratic and politics and democracy.
Yeah. Now, just in terms of minority leader, what were your duties? What was it?
So they give you leader to make you feel good. They put minority in front of it so you don't forget
Okay.
the limits of your power. So my job was to organize Democrats in the Georgia House of Representatives. And my job was to help move their legislation, to explain to them why they weren't going to get the legislation, to convince the speaker to let us move things. And a lot of it was blocking and tackling. It was, the way I said it, my job was to stop stupid or at least slow it down.
Okay. Well, stop stupid or slow it down brings me to my next question. Over the weekend, you went viral for laying out 10 steps to autocracy. Run us through those steps so we all know.
Okay, so this happens in every nation that has become an autocracy, having been a democracy. So whether we're talking about Brazil with Bolsonaro, or India, or Putin and Russia, the Philippines with Duterte. So start with winning an election. Usually the last one you're going to get to have for real. Number two,
The United States of America is a constitutional republic. We're not a democracy. We're not like Brazil. We're not like all these other countries. We are a
We
constitutional
are like
republic.
no other country.
The founding fathers did that on purpose. There was a reason why. Okay, we are a constitutional republic. We don't know how election season will happen because we just got out of one. We voted, and I'm pretty sure that the next, in what is it, 2026 for your state, you're going to be able to vote. And I'm pretty sure in 2028, you're going to putting in a ballot to vote. Nobody's just going to take charge because that's not. And if people are, then you know what you should do, people of the United States of America? And you fight back and be like, no, you can't do that.
But it's not going to happen.
And you know what you should do too? Read your Constitution so you know your rights.
Because she is lying.
Because a lot of these politicians are lying to you and you believe them because you're not taking
informed.
it for yourself. This cannot
Everything,
happen.
I had a guy tell me today, everything he knows is off doggone the news. Everything you know comes from the news, my guy. As we proceed.
Have an expansion of executive power. The president decides he wants more than he's supposed to have. Number 3, you start to make.
When did he do that?
So the president who had more power than what they were supposed to have actually was President Joe Biden. And I don't even think it was Joe Biden who was making all those power moves. Not in the cognitive mind. So with that, from what I'm seeing and reading, President Trump is doing everything within the means of his power as a president of the United States.
Because he's not solely doing anything.
Yeah, he's really not doing anything. Not doing anything that we can see.
And then all the things that he's
illegally
doing, people have done it before. So it's only a problem because Donald Trump is doing it.
Because Donald Trump is the one who's keeping America as a constitutional republic, right? So if you keep that, then no, you're not a democracy, right? You're not a socialist country.
I don't understand what Democrats fighting for.
Oh my goodness.
Because on one hand, you have a president who is removing all the illegals. He is bringing light to all of the fraud. He is essentially doing what he's supposed to be doing.
He's bringing light to some of the fraud.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be funny.
Yeah. But hey,
playing devil's advocate, you know.
And then you have people who are going completely against it. Oh, he's also bringing back sane people, sane minds, all that delusional I am because I feel. All of that stuff is what y'all fighting for. And I don't understand how any of the stuff that y'all are fighting for as Democrats is beneficial to the whole people of America. Y'all even have these Muslim people coming in, and I don't know how they're getting elected, but they're saying certain things. And if you listen to what they're saying, their loyalty is not to us. They walk around here boo-fooking everybody, and once they get in position, like everything that she said Donald Trump is doing, that is what they're doing. They boo-fook their way into position, and then they pop up on the scene and got everything to say. Jasmine Crockett, where are y'all coming from? But we're going to let her continue with her nonsense.
The Congress complicit, so you weaken them and you neutralize or neuter the judiciary. Like, I don't know, the Supreme Court is giving you unfettered power and saying we don't have the ability to stop things. Then you move on to firing.
When did they do that?
All the people who know how to make government work. Mm-hmm. So you gut the civil service. And you do that because you want to break democracy so people forget the stuff that used to get done. So you can't get your Social Security.
So.
Hold on, wait.
So the CDC doesn't know what diseases are anymore. Mm-hmm. Then you put in place these loyalists, people who are only responsive to you. You put them in charge of the FBI so they go after your enemies. You put them in charge of the Department of Justice, the Department of Defense, so they can signal to their friends and tell them all about the evil plans that you have. Then you make certain that you break how we communicate. So you criticize the media and you create your own echo chamber of propaganda. You call it truth, even though you know you're lying. Then you go to the next step, and I call that step 7. So step 7, you have to.
I'm gonna be like, hey Blanche, how you doing? Blanche on his show, he wears a cap that says defund the media. And because the media portrays something that and like
They be lying.
they lie.
They be
And I'm not
deliberately
even on
lying in your face.
no Donald Trump stuff. You know how he says, CNN and MBS,
It's
like
all
a
love.
lot of them, even these independent YouTubers who have huge platforms, they are lying. They are spreading propaganda and they're spreading hate. And what happens when you have billions of people following these people and then taking all of this information in?
Oh, it's believable.
You don't know what to do. So no, I don't trust the media. No, I don't trust politicians. And like, no, I don't trust you, lady. Like,
Especially you.
because you're taking a list of like, what?
Half the things you describing is your very party. Y'all do the same thing. Ain't no politician a good politician.
It's something crooked happening.
It's something happening.
Blame someone. You have to blame people for the broken government, for the broken promises. So you go after DEI. You go after the vulnerable, the dispossessed. You go after any community that doesn't look like what you think power should be. While you're doing that, you make certain that you, in step 8, you eliminate anybody who can help them. So you sue law firms that do pro bono cases. You go after philanthropies and accuse them of giving money to the wrong people. You go after colleges and universities that can teach people possibly what else they should know. You get to step 9 and you start to encourage and incentivize private violence. You send the US Marines into spaces they should not be. You send the National Guard in. You kidnap people off of the streets and pretend that's normal, because that's how you quiet dissent, because you make everyone afraid that if they don't do what you want.
She said they kidnap people on the street, off the streets. Okay. So people are going real hard for illegal immigrants, right? But people ain't going hard for women who are sex trafficked. People ain't going hard for children who are sex trafficked. Human trafficking, that's a freaking huge problem. And that is what they're trying to do, because do you know how many children and women are being that were coming through here? They don't say anything about that. There are men, it's happening to men too, but they're not saying anything about this crap. But they
argue all day for these illegals, and they try to disassociate themselves with them being illegal. So they say they kidnapping people off the street.
No, they're not.
They ain't kidnapping nobody. Woman, shut up, lying.
But that child predator or pedophile is kidnapping children, and then what happens to the child? You can't. Well, they find them, but they're not alive. And let's stop playing this stupid word salad game. You're talking about that people are playing with people's lives. You play with people's lives
all day with this stupid talk.
Because if you cared, then you would put. I'm gonna be like Trump now. Put America first. And it's not on no racist mess. It's not on no MAGA stuff. This is my home. Take care of me.
I mean, that should be common sense.
Hello.
I ain't heard. I can't remember the last time I heard a Democrat fight for Americans. Y'all out here at Alcatraz, whatever it is, alligator Alcatraz.
Yeah.
Y'all
mosquitoes.
Y'all in LA fighting for the Mexicans. Y'all in doggone in New York fighting for Iran.
Y'all are tiring because you're not really working for the people who have put you in positions to govern them. You're not working for the people. You're working against the people. And then you look, well, the poor people are struggling. Well, why?
Because they ain't working. Get your ass up and do something. You might have something.
That's crazy. They're kidnapping people.
When
people are really being like kidnapped and okay. All right. I remember this.
They might be next. And once you've done those 9 steps, step 10 is easy. That's when you decide there won't be new elections, because everyone's either afraid, poor, broken, or complicit.
Okay. Wow. Well,
they clap for that.
People are already complicit because they believe in that. They believe because there's a scare tactic.
You saying
because you'll say and then I'm a huge advocate for vote for who you feel that you should vote for. Don't go with because I'm saying, hey, you need to vote for this person.
Whatever's
Don't
best
go
for you and
for
your
what
family.
this woman is saying. You need to look into people. What do they share your values? what does their character look like? And of course, you know, you won't be getting 100% of what their character is, but do they align?
You need to do
And
some
you
research.
need to do that research for yourself. Stop trusting these people because they do not have good hearts. I mean, we all don't, but they ain't got no good heart.
Not at all.
While you have the ear of the people right now and on their television sets, what is it that they can do to help avoid this and make a change in this?
Stop listening to her.
So I want to give credit to Kim Sheppel, who is a professor at Princeton. She came up with the framework. I've adapted it and potentially editorialized it more than she did. But I also want to give credit to the Robert F. Kennedy Foundation, not the lesser successor, but the real guy. We can
That's
fight back.
his-
We can remember that we do have power.
You got to be the dumbest thing on TV, and they laughed at that mess. That is his. They're related, you stupid person. So how is it a flex for you to be working with someone down talking they relative? How that make sense?
And then, do they know what type of person Bobby was? I'm just saying. Bobby wasn't all that keen about the Negro. I'm just saying.
And you want to shout him out? These people is jokes, man.
Power. They don't want dissent, so protest. They want us to forget that before we had power, we had each other.
What has protesting done in the last doggone 60 years?
She said they want listen. She said they want us to forget that before we had power, we had each other.
That's stupid.
Am I tripping?
I don't know. She said that.
We can fight back. We can remember that we do have power. They don't want dissent, so protest. They want us to forget that before we had power, we had each other. So when
I'd rather have power than each other. What has each other gotten us?
No, seriously, no. I'd rather have the togetherness because together you can have power. Because when there was togetherness in the 60s, before there was power together. Now you have individualism. And so everybody's trying to fight for power on their own. So yeah, the togetherness, that was a good thing. What she said was stupid. They want us to forget that we had togetherness before the power. Well, yeah, the togetherness it was good.
We had togetherness before we had power.
But in that togetherness, there was still power, a greater power than what's happening today.
She ain't never seen a pack of doggone wolves. They ain't nothing by themselves.
Man.
But you get about 10 of them, they'll take some dying. Straight up.
They want you to forget.
they break democracy, when they break the Social Security system, when they slash SNAP benefits and Medicaid, make sure.
When did they do that? When did that happen?
They're slashing SNAP, if they are slashing SNAP, and they're saying, hey, if you are capable to get up and work, go work, because taxpayers' money, taxpayer dollars should not be
hard for
feeding
y'all
you.
to do nothing.
Right. So how are taxpayers' dollars going into the SNAP programs and everything, and you get to sit down all day and
y'all robbing us,
and they can barely eat. So yeah, that has to be reevaluated. Why is something so simple as ABC? Why do they make it hard?
Make it doggone Chinese.
Why do they make it some trigonometry? And trigonometry is not that hard, but you
get the point.
You're checking on your neighbors. Make sure we're using mutual aid, but also tell the truth. Do not let the propaganda win. Too often they tell a lie. They will tell a lie so often it sounds like the truth. We say the truth one time, and when people don't applaud, we stop talking. We've got to keep telling the truth, not only to push back against them, but to remind us that we are entitled to the truth. We have to believe that freedom of assembly means it's more than just going to protest. It's the ability to be friends with people who aren't like you. And we have to stop believing that we are in this alone. The most effective.
Man, if you don't cut that cap, you never seen nobody that more angry, more devilish than a doggone Democrat. No one on this planet is okay.
Man, if somebody say who they voted for, these people will go berserk.
Lose their minds.
Go crazy. No.
There was a story. It might have been a video, but anyway, the woman said she was at a restaurant with her family, had a little daughter with her and her whole
Somebody
family.
came, she had the cap on.
Yes, and they asked to knock it off for $50.
I think that was cap. I don't think the dude had voted for Trump either.
He just wanted to come knock her hat off.
And be ugly.
And those are the type of people that we're dealing with.
And the crazy thing is, too, I side-eye some of these stories, too. I mean, she could be telling the truth. I don't know. But some of y'all be lying. Because when we go, I'm just saying, speaking for us, and it might happen, but when we go out in the world.
Just yesterday.
Don't nobody be looking.
The white people be like,
they be the ones who come up and start crying. God, dog, I do not want to talk. But how you doing? You good? Have a whole conversation. Like, okay. And that's anybody. I'm not saying because they're white, but I'm just saying I gotta talk to you.
I don't know why y'all making up these stories. And then people believe these stories, and then they just regurgitate these stupid behind stories.
And so, what does propaganda bring? Hate, divisiveness, and then you have people looking at each other like, "Well, you voted for this, or you believe in this." Man, yeah, I can do what I want because it's America. I can believe what I want to believe in because it's America. That is my right. And you have that right to believe in what you want to believe in. I don't have to agree with you. I can respect what you say, but I ain't got to agree with you, and you don't have to agree with me, but we can be cool. But y'all don't know how to be cool. But you know what I'm saying.
I don't need to be your friend.
Like, what are we doing? You can't get mad because of something that I'm doing.
Straight
but
up.
If you get mad because I'm doing this on you.
That's your problem. Straight up.
What they do is isolate us. They convince us that you and I don't have any common cause, and we certainly don't have common cause with someone who has a different history than we do. When we hold to our truth, when we actually believe in ourselves and our people, when we believe in democracy as something that must deliver, that's when we start to fight back. And that's when they lose, because they win when we are too numb or too afraid to act.
All right.
I'm going to say this. Anybody who tells you my truth, they lying.
They lying.
They lying.
Arr.
They are lying. That's the beginning of a lie. That's like saying no disrespect.
There's only one
they
truth.
about to disrespect you.
You know that one truth? Jesus Christ.
Straight up. And 9 times out of 10, it ain't coming out of these politicians' mouth. So, yeah. And they applaud. Like a group of clowns.
I'd like you to talk about how difficult it is for a person of color to be in politics, in particular a black woman. You know, the barriers and the things that you face.
Well, you have a chair, not a couch. So, look, if you go back to step 7, you go after those communities that are the most likely.
Please, I just get out of my brain, Brandon.
You remember them stupid
Brandon,
ass
get out of my
steps?
brain, because in my mind, I'm thinking she remembered all them steps. She memorized all these steps, and that's propaganda. Like, that is propaganda. She's walking around with this information. She did not stutter. She delivered it the way that it should have been delivered.
Practicing this in the mirror.
This is my delivery. This is what I need to say at every speech that I make, every show that I go on. They're going to ask me about these 10 steps, and I need to know it, because millions of people are going to watch, and they are going to take in what I am saying, and they're going to know this list too. Man, say.
She pimping y'all. She big pimping y'all. Big back pimping.
And for her mind, that's genius. And for her mind to go back and say step 7, step 8,
we can go back to step 7.
Look, I know a lot of things, but
I
I stumble a lot, right? And so these people are trained.
Yes, they are. They give you the most bull job they can as quick as possible.
The LGBTQ plus community, the fact that transgender children are being blamed for the demise of society is intentional. Mm-hmm.
What is a transgender child? What is that? And what is it? Because that's a parent telling. That's a parent. God dog it, Brent. That's a parent telling a child, "You should be this way." Ain't no way. Trans children or whatever, they are not targets. People are trying to be like, you are a boy or you are a girl. That's it. You don't need to pretend to be all these other things, and you don't need to go under and have a sex change because you don't know how you're going to feel when you're 25 years old. Let's stop playing this game. You haven't even developed. What are you saying? Your mind hasn't even reached. Y'all stop playing this game with me. And children, y'all gonna stop it.
She said,
y'all gonna stop.
Gender.
No such thing.
It ain't no such thing as transgender. Nothing.
No such thing. Big cat. And I said what I said.
Say, man, before we get back into this, man, say, if y'all want to join the community of truth, man, truth, faith, family, all that good stuff, man, y'all make sure y'all check out our memberships, 3 levels. Check it out. Get a little bit more in tune with what we got going on. Get a little bit closer, you know what I'm saying? All that behind the scenes, everything. Check that out. And yeah, we're gonna get back into this woman because she really wants some grip.
The fact that we forget that if you are truly a Christian, the Bible tells us to take care of the poor and the needy and the stranger, not to round them up and kidnap them.
Right.
Did she just play with the Bible like that?
She played hard. She played real hard, and I'm composing myself because we ain't about to play with Jesus. Okay, we're not about to play with God, because then you're yes, you take care of the needy, yes, but you don't give them. Like, it wasn't a giving thing. So if we look in the Bible and we see, like, let's take Ruth, for example. Let's take the book of Ruth. And when her and Naomi came back and they were working in the fields, Ruth went and got work, right? But she was able to get the wheat and the tares that was left behind so that she could feed herself and Naomi. Like, she was still working. So what people are saying, yeah, we have to look out for the poor. Absolutely, because the poor, like, they need help. But to say, I'm going to give you this, that's not really helping.
There's a difference between I don't wanna and falling on hard times. What y'all are doing is trying to make us give to people that don't wanna.
And then here's the thing. I'm going to go back to that family. You know, I always talk about family. That's when family is supposed to be. That's the point of family. We're not supposed to run to the government for help. We are supposed to have this community within our family. If I fall on hard times, I should be able to call any of my siblings or my mom and my daddy and be like, look, I need help. And you can't let pride get in your way, right? And then it should be reciprocated. Like, that is what we're saying. So when these people are telling you, run to the government to get help because the government is supposed to help the needy and the poor. No.
That's anti-family.
Family. That's the point.
They whole get up is anti-family. Transgender. How you gonna raise a family if you're trans? You don't need to be around no kids if you are a trans adult. I don't want you around mine. Call me what you want to. I'm looking at you. I don't want you around mine. You look like a clown.
Stranger danger.
Straight up. You not my daddy, my mama daddy, my mama, none of that. Matter of fact, in high school, there was this girl.
There you go.
In high school, there was this girl. This is before we really even was up on all that homosexuality and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But she was like the first girl I knew who mama had a girlfriend.
Mm.
So we used to call her mama, her mama, the mama, and her mama's girlfriend, the mama daddy.
Oh, heck. That's funny.
So instead of, because we ain't know nothing about no studs and films. So it was mama, and mama daddy. Where your mama at?
That's interesting.
You at the house with your mama daddy?
Confusion.
A bunch of confusion.
Basically, that's confusion.
Mama daddy.
So when people talk about this, helping the poor and helping the needy, yes, we are supposed to.
Yeah.
But I believe that you don't depend on government. You depend on people around you, because like Brandon said, we will fall on hard times and we're going to need help. And then if you do fall on those hard times and you do need to apply for SNAP or something, it's not for you to be on it forever. Yeah. It's for that period of time until you can get back on your feet.
I like to not wait until I really need something for me to ask for something.
Right.
So when I do ask for something, they know I need that something.
Right.
So I don't know, just a little advice. Take it or leave it as we proceed.
As a woman of color, as a Black woman in particular, I have the affirmative responsibility to speak up on behalf of everyone else, because they're coming for me first and they're coming for me next. Our responsibility then is to use every tool.
They coming for me first and then they coming for me next.
This boogeyman.
White man.
Who is the boogeyman? You work with the white man. You in their offices every day. You work right around them. What are you talking about?
Crazy? Isn't that crazy?
You work in direct connection with the white man.
You are in a high position.
Your boss.
In a high position. And for some odd reason, there is still y'all like
you can't do nothing. They hold us back.
Is she a lawyer? I'm not sure.
I don't know if she is.
But my thing is, if all this discrimination and stuff is happening and you're not changing it, why stay in something that is so why stay? And then you know what they'll say, well, I'm helping the people. Well, how?
Boy.
How? You know, you're not. I would go find I would go find something that I can help the people and I would be in the community. Not just when I'm trying to run for something, but all the time. These people would know, oh, Stacey Abrams was in the neighborhood. You know,
she ain't in the neighborhood.
Like, what are we doing? Not during Turkey Day, not during
she in Marietta somewhere.
Just come on. We gotta stop playing.
Stone Mountain or something.
They ain't gonna be on Stone Mountain because it's racist.
Those racists.
Did you see what's on that wall?
You know what Stone Mountain is.
That was the funniest walk up there. Look at me being a Negro.
Goofy.
At our disposal, including politics. But politics isn't just about who gets elected. It's what we do the next day. It's when we remind people of what government should be doing. What just happened in Texas. The fact that they slashed the National Weather Service, whether or not that was the direct proximate cause of those deaths.
Girl, shut up.
If they had, them little girls drowned. Camp leaders drowned. Owners drowned. Like, y'all keep talking about weather. People unalive.
I don't remember all of this attention being on the weather when Katrina and Ike and all the mother doggone storms hit.
Because they didn't think it was going to be that bad.
It wasn't no conspiracy then.
No. What did Kanye say after it? Not Donald Trump. George Bush doesn't like black people. Yeah. Because it was taking a long time for the disaster. You gotta leave. Get it out.
The fact that we're having that conversation is the issue. The fact that we aren't sure is the problem. And so we need to hold to what we deserve. We should not be dissuaded, especially as Black women, as women of color, as people of color.
What the hell? She's referring to that girl
What do I deserve as a black woman?
Nothing.
What do you deserve as a black man?
Nothing.
Hey, white man, what do you deserve as a white man?
Nothing.
Hey, white lady, what do you deserve as a white lady? Like this whole thing of what we deserve because of the color of our
solely
skin.
because I'm this color.
That's out the window.
So shut up.
It's out the window.
No one
we
cares.
don't deserve.
You don't deserve
We don't
anything.
even. No.
No.
We should not be convinced that we don't have power. They are mad at us for a reason. There are enough of us.
I don't know.
How can someone convince you that you don't have any power? That sounds like you're giving their power away. You're like, here, and then complaining about that you gave something up. That's the nigga way. I'm sorry. My fault. That's how you do.
What is it with this power? Genuine question, because I know a lot of us, we do want power. But what does power get us? We see the people with power. What is it getting them? Because some of them powerful people, they look miserable.
They only want it because they've never had it.
And when you get it, what you gonna do?
They
if
don't
you
know.
get the power, will you help people? Will you help the
they
needy and
do
poor?
The same thing that white people are doing, or what they saying white people are doing. That's what it's gonna be. I keep telling people, the black people are not. They're not mad about the system itself. They are mad about their position within the system. So if the tables was turned, it would be nothing that the black people would be saying. They sure wouldn't be like, okay, we're gonna help the white people like they expect white people to do for us. It would be none of that. So we need to cut the bull jive because we want power solely to override everything white people have done.
And she has power.
She got a little bit.
She's in a position. Like she has, I mean, I'm talking about power.
But when she tried to go to the next level, she didn't make it there. So that lets you know
you're not that powerful.
You ain't that powerful. Because at the end of the day, it's like you said, black men.
It's not even about powerful. She's not that likable.
No, she's not.
That's what it is.
Go get you a family. Stop identifying as what you identify as. Go get you a man, have some kids. Then we might trust you.
No.
Us that we can change the outcome of elections, but also change the outcome of power.
Wow.
They keep tapping for this foolishness.
I want to lighten it up just a little bit, Stacey.
We can.
We've worked together.
We have.
Even though you were animated on our television show Blackish, which you were nominated for an Emmy for our show.
How you get nominated for an Emmy for doing one show?
Get out my brain. I thought it, but it wasn't an important question. Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about that. How was that for you?
It was amazing, but we actually have not met multiple times because you also gave me an NAACP award.
Really? Did I?
Yeah, during COVID. I couldn't be there.
NAACP award.
All right, I'm done with her.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, as you can see, she ain't. Please stop listening to these people. Because they ain't.
And they not.
They ain't.
And they won't.
Not. They won't. They can't.
They can't.
Take it how it is.
Because they're talking about being in positions and being in power. You don't even have to be in power to help the next man. Like you don't have to be in any type of position to help the next person. You don't even have to record it. Nobody has to know that you did this good deed for somebody or that you started something. You should be doing it from, if you feel this way, from the goodness of your heart. Of course you want to get some money. And if that, but if you really want to help somebody, you could just start something. You don't have to do it through the government.
You don't need the government.
Limited
do something.
That's it.
Do something.
You know how many ideas everybody has? Like your brain.
It's all about execution.
If you put it to use, do you know what type of ideas can come out? Like what people could do on their own instead of following behind people who are speaking for you and saying, well, I represent you. No, I represent myself.
And I represent Jesus. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get up out of here. So, like always, it's love, peace, and soul.
Bye.
Like Soul Train, baby.